Hello everyone. So the definition for this video is to count how many alphabets, digits, spaces, and other characters are there, and we need to create counters separately. So let us start with the coding. First thing is we will need a few variables. Okay, I will be needing one more variable here. We want to count how many alphabets are there, but we are not interested in counting separately how many uppercase and lowercase alphabets are there. So I'm going to convert it into uppercase so that I have to write less number of conditions. Well, I'll show you when we reach that point. If we do not write the two uppercase, what would you need to do? Fine. So I will be storing the length, the X will be storing the character extracted. Now I need four counters. So my first counter is to count the alphabets. That should be 0. My second counter would be to count the digits. Again, with an assumption no digits are there. My third counter would be to count how many spaces are there. And my last counter is the others counter to count how many other characters are there. So let's start. So if you have been going with me in the video sessions, you would have already learned how to use the for loop, and that is exactly what I'm going to use here. So we are going to count from I less than n contains the length of the string. Um, right, so our for loop is going to be a little longer here because we have to write in four if statements, four separate if statements. But writing if statements in this situation is going to be difficult because anything which is not an alphabet and digit and a space is the other character. So the best fit in this situation is going to be the else if ladder. So I'm going to use the else if ladder, and that would give you an idea of how to use in the else if ladder. So X is containing the character. So I'm going to test in all the four things. So whether it is capital A to capital Z. Why did I write in a capital? Because I've converted my string into uppercase. So any alphabet which was in lowercase has also gone into uppercase. Now, if I do not write in this condition, this conversion, I will have to add in one more condition here. That is, or x is greater than equal to small a and x is less than equal to small z. And another change would be I would need to use the variable a instead of b. So that is what I'm reducing here. So when I come across an alphabet, I'm going to add in 1 to my alphabet counter, and I'm going to copy and paste this thing because my second condition would be almost the same, except for the A to Z. I'm going to replace it with 0 to 9. If you know, the ASCII range is 48 to 57. This is character 48. This is character 57. This is a digit character. This is not a digit. Likewise, capital A to Z is 65 to 90. So I'm going to paste it one more time for the spaces. So first I'm writing in the what do you say, the simple if, and then I'm going to convert it into the else if ladder. Okay, so how do you mention the spaces? You write in this. So let us rectify our counters here. Now at this point we will have to write in an if statement which says if x is not between a to z and it is not between 0 to 9 and it is not a space, then it is an other character, so I will add 1 to the other character. You would have probably visualized the amount of efforts we would need to do to create the fourth condition. So better option is to create the else if ladder. So else if ladder is a multi-way decision making statement where you go ahead with one condition. If it is wrong, you check the other one. If it is wrong, you check the third one. If it is wrong, and you go on. And if none of the above conditions stood true, you want to do something else. And that is what I'm going to use here. right? So if it is neither this nor this nor this, then obviously it is going to come to the default the section of the else if ladder, and it is going to increment one to the others, because anything which is not an alphabet or a digit or a space character is obviously other characters. So that is what my for loop would be. Looks a little longer, but once you practice this section out, you would understand basically how it is working. You can try out a few definitions with me as I proceed with the video sessions. So finally, oh, we don't need an if. We are supposed to just print out. So I'm going to show to the user, okay, how many alphabets are there? So, right. So I'm going to print the value of the alphabets counter. And likewise, I'm just going to paste in and say uh, these many digit counters, value characters have been encountered. Okay, these many spaces have been encountered, and these many others have been identified. So let's go ahead and execute our code here. So it should say 5 alphabets, one special character, 3 digit characters, and I'm going to put in a few spaces as well. So 2 spaces. So it says 5 alphabets, 3 digits, 1 to 3, spaces 2 before and after the @ sign, and one other. Right, so every character is accounted for. So as and when each character is extracted in X, one of these will be incremented because one of these conditions would stand true. If all these conditions stand false, then obviously this would stand true. So it is going to anyways increment the others counter. So any character which does not fall in these set of ranges or characters would end up as an other character. Right? Go ahead and try this solution, and I will catch you in the next one.